Okay, so let's explore this, though. You said chivalry is dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
So what is chivalry?
To me, I think it's somebody, or whether it's a male or female, doing the best that they can to put both of us in the best position that we can. With respect.
What does that mean?
To put me in a better spot.
Doesn't chivalry have to do with traditional gender roles as it relates to men's treatment towards
So chivalry,
women?
going back to the domestic violence, would be me picking somebody who leads me enough to where we're not getting worse hurt.
If you smack him, he doesn't smack you back? That was your argument.
No, my argument was if I hit somebody, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Well, I'll tell
The chivalrous thing to do would be to step back,
To
is what
not-
she was saying.
Oh, yes, the chivalrous thing. Thank you.
Yeah, but hold on. Wait. Hold on. Does a lady ever strike a man?
No,
Right. So who's deserving of chivalry?
everybody.
No. No. Hold on. Chivalry is from men to women. Women are not chivalrous to men.
Well-
It's a unidirectional. It's one directional. So, and typically, who's going to be chivalrous? A gentleman, right?
I think it goes both
Okay.
ways.
Is a woman who is not a lady deserving of chivalry?
Is a woman.
So you would agree?
It's not ladylike.
Okay, so
That
who's-
proves my
Brian,
point.
slow down,
That proves
slow
my
down,
point.
slow down, Brian.
That proves my point. It goes back and forth. For a
Slow down.
man to be chivalrous to a woman has to act correctly. Correct, I agree.
right. So a woman who is not acting like a lady is not deserving of chivalry.
I think we all are deserving. I think it's up to the. I don't. You're right. I'll give you that one for right now. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Well, okay,
If she's not
so-
acting right, yeah, she doesn't
So
deserve it.
is a man who is not a gentleman, he's not chivalrous, is he deserving of a lady? Does he deserve to date a lady?
No.
No.
Okay.
Not if he's not acting right. If you're not acting
Right.
right, you don't deserve a good woman.
Right. So in no scenario, because you're saying, well, there should be chivalrous treatment towards the woman, but you've precluded yourself from being treated as a lady by striking him.
I've seen great guys who are real gentlemen who could see a girl act like a ratchet bitch and they would still treat her with the same respect as a
sure.
normal
Perhaps-
woman.
Well,
Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm almost done. So I'll even grant to you that absolutely a woman could be ratchet. She could be a degenerate sex worker. She could be the least ladylike possible. And there's plenty of men who are quite, in my opinion, have absolutely no boundaries, no standards, who are simps, who will still, despite her unladylike conduct, will still, because they're pathetic or simps or desperate for pussy, whatever it is,
I agree.
who are doormats who just get walked all over, who will still give that kind of treatment to those kinds of women.
Correct. Yeah.
It happens all the time. I don't disagree with you at all. My argument here, though, is that those women don't deserve it. They might get that treatment, but they don't deserve it.
I see where you're coming from. I definitely see where you're coming from. I just think that sometimes people just need to see it. You know, that girl that's acting like a ratchet, you know, she hasn't seen it yet. So the first guy who shows her how a real man acts, he just gave her
So Captain Save-O?
he just gave her that.
He's got a calm.
She
and
was
like-
saving a hoe with her man. She was paying for his bills.
You just called her a hoe?
No,
Are you gonna let
I
her?
was
Are
calling
you
her.
gonna let her call?
I wasn't
No.
talking
You
about
literally
her.
just called her a
She
hoe.
knows what I said.
No,
I was
she
saving
called
a
the
hoe.
man. She called the man the hoe.
Yeah.
Wait,
She
the
was
man
Captain Save a
Oh, she was
hoe.
Captain Save a hoe.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
So
Yeah, she was.
So
called the man.
you're
Well, let
saying
me-
her man was a hoe?
yeah.
Well, he
Did
kinda
you hear
was.
what he
He kinda
said?
was
Did you
a hoe.
hear her story?
Brian,
He was a hoe.
he kind of was. But
He was a hoe.
So yeah, he was a hoe. So over to this, I would like to ask you a question though. Do you think that men were much more chivalrous in the 1800s and early 1900s, like 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s? Do you think they were more chivalrous or less chivalrous?
I mean, it depends because, like, I know that there were women.
Whoa! Hang on, let's not use the R word.
Use,
here, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, but you know what I meant. Like they were
Just
more.
use S. Yeah, I understand. Just use SA. It doesn't offend me. It's just for the purpose of the platform.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's not a problem. But do you think that they were more or less chivalrous?
Anybody else want to answer this question?
That was for
Well,
you.
I'm just
though.
asking- I'm
It was for
asking
you.
you.
I can answer. I think it depends. It's a black and white thing. It's a black and white thing. Yes, I do think that
not
they were
bring
more.
race.
Well, if it's,
They were
if it's
more.
black and white, then it doesn't depend.
No, I didn't mean it like
Let's
that.
not
You guys
bring-
keep on twisting my shit.
Don't be racist. There's Asian people too.
Okay.
And Native Americans.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
Hang on, one second.
That's not
one
what I
second.
meant.
Nations.
Sorry.
I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just trying to talk to you. So,
No,
but
I'm not
when
worried
you say,
about it.
when you say something is black or white, then that means is or isn't. So it
Yeah.
wouldn't be black or white. You would say it's nuanced, right? You'd say
It's like there's a
nuanced.
fine
It's like-
line. Like in the 1800s, they were picking you up on horses. They weren't like,
Horses.
yeah, the 1800s. They didn't have cars. They had horses.
Well, do you think that we had peak chivalry then in the age of chivalry, like the medieval age?
I
That was
don't
like-
think so.
I mean, that's where.
But well, then when did we have?
Because they
all
were
this
crazy
chivalry?
back in the day. They were.
That was
nuts.
the age of chivalry. That's where chivalry came from.
just like where the term
Chivalry.
came from.
And like it came from knights with lances who were, here's my token, my lady, right? That's chivalry, right?
Right, like, think of
they
Ro-
lived by the chivalric code. It was an actual code of conduct. So we had the most amount of chivalry then, right?
Have you ever watched Troy? You know Troy?
Yeah, but that's
Because that's like my
long
favorite
before-
movie in the whole world. So
yeah, sure. Troy's great, but that's way before chivalry.
we agreed on
That's-
something. Troy.
Yeah, but that's way before chivalry. That you're talking about a Greek epic, right? It's like that's way before. But chivalry would be like, let's say like 1100 to like I don't know, like 1500, give or take, right? Something in there. That's when they were riding their horses and there were knights and they would be like,
Yeah,
my
well-
lady, I'll slay the dragon for you, type of thing, right?
I'll pick a yes or no. I definitely want one of those compared to these.
Yeah, right. But do you think in those eras that men were more or less likely to slap a woman to correct her?
Oh yeah, I know that. For
So
sure.
in the age of peak chivalry, they were more likely
No,
to
yeah,
slap
this
women to correct
conversation
them.
is good. It's a
Hang
good
on,
it's a good
so in the
combo.
age of chivalry, they were more likely to slap
Oh.
women to correct them, but you think
shit.
that it's the most chivalric thing to do to not slap women to
It
correct them.
depended your rank.
Whoa,
It
that was a
depended your rank.
W. That was a fucking W.
It was not.
That was a
It depended
checkmate.
on your
That was a
rank. It
checkmate.
depended on your rank. They weren't getting smacked
Rank?
up. They weren't getting hit if they were in a high rank. If
High
you were in a
rank?
low rank,
Yeah,
like the,
okay.
Like
so I
fucking Call of
like
Duty?
like duchesses and stuff like that.
Duchess.
There's rank. There was rankings. Or if
Yeah,
you were in a
what?
court, if
Like
you were in a
your,
court,
like your social.
Your social status at the
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
sorry,
never
I'm
watched
sorry.
Rain?
Like a
I'm sorry.
madame.
You think that kings? I'm sorry. You think that kings didn't slap queens?
No, they're queens.
Nah,
Of course
sure
they
they got
did.
slapped.
They
They got
smacked them.
slapped.
They would literally correct them
Oh,
in front of the
wait.
court. They would
These
take
are just
aides
different
to their
times
back.
too, though.
Andrew,
Like,
I got the perfect
like,
example.
We learned
King,
already.
King
yeah.
Henry VIII. This motherfucker killed six. Wait, not sorry. Hold on. It was divorced. Wait, what was the order? Divorced,
Okay, listen.
killed.
I just want to let you know, queens had to bow to their kings,
Divorced.
and if queens needed correction, kings could smack them. Princes with princesses, same things. They could smack them. If you had knights,
does it go?
and the knights had women of noble stock who were in their homes, who were out of line, they actually had what was called dominion over the wife. The wife, the reason you take a
property.
last name is because of English common law. That is giving you as an extension. The father is giving you, the woman.
You guys sound
to
like you're getting
another-
hit a lot.
Hang on, I'm just explaining this. It's giving the woman to the man, and now you have the man's last name. You're now part of his house. You became part of his property. Do you think it was more or less likely in those times for a man to be like, "Oh, you're out of line"? Which one? Do you, in the most chivalric time ever? Do you think it was more
I
or
think the
less likely?
term was like
Private chat.
coined then, but I don't think
chat.
that it's necessarily
Pull that shit
how
up.
like it's more chivalrous now. But it was just a term that was coined then.
Really quick. I got
It's more chivalrous now. Men are more
say so.
chivalrous.
I got to
Yeah,
pull
I would
this
say
up.
so.
Then
I
what the
got
hell
to
do
pull
we
this
need
up.
Then in the-
feminism for?
then in the-
If we have maximum,
back then, when
maximum
people were just
chivalry, what do we need
property,
feminism for?
There was no Captain Save-A-Hose back in the day.
Wait,
at
so
least
hold on.
they
Really
gave you a
quick, really
house
quick.
and like
I'll
a
pass
horse
it
and
right back
protected
They didn't give it to
property.
you.
Andrew.
You were part
I'll
of
pass
their
it
property.
right back
That's
to, wait,
true.
one
You
sec,
just,
guys.
like,
I got to pull this up. Okay,
lived in
so
it.
King Henry VIII, look at this fucking Giga Chad. So he lived 1491 to 1547, and so he had 6 different wives, 6 different queens. Divorced the first one, beheaded the second, the third one died, divorced the fourth, beheaded the fifth, and then the 6th, she survived. He beheaded 2 of his wives. Beheaded, not just smacked around. Beheaded, son. Beheaded.
Yeah, and he could.
Beheaded.
I don't think
Anne Boleyn. Whoosh, beheaded.
By the way, Ryan, now pull up the date for the chivalric code.
Chivalric code. Chivalric.
Are they making any
Chivalric code.
No, right.
Yeah.
By the way, pull up the article really quick though. Pull up the article from. Scroll down. Go to marriages.
This is a whole different time period.
I don't think
a whole
they
different
allowed-
time period.
Click marriages. Okay, damn. Fucking Catherine. Fucking babe. Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep going. Let's see the other ladies. Boom. Anne Boleyn. Babe status. He beheaded her though. Jane Seymour. She died. Sad. Very sad. Next. Anne of Cleves divorced her because apparently his advisors, his court painter, painted a
Portrait.
unrepresentative, like made her more attractive than she actually was, but he already committed to marrying her. He thought she was not very attractive. Divorced her. Divorced because she
Catfish.
was not a babe. Scroll down.
Catfish.
Catherine Howard. Now she was doing some philandering. She was on some 304 strumpet shit. Beheaded, allegedly. Well, the beheading wasn't alleged. The strumpeting was alleged. And then finally, she got beheaded though.
She was 17. I mean, most of them were.
Yeah.
Like you get married at like 13.
And then the kings were like
What?
50.
Why was everyone like ugly in
Hang
the
on,
portrait?
hang on,
Scroll
Brian.
down. Let's,
I gotta read. Just real quick. I'll
Yeah,
just
go
say
ahead,
this.
go ahead, go ahead.
You can find this in this fine book called Occult Feminism. There's a chapter here on chivalry. This will be very quick. I promise I won't waste very much time. Here's the code of chivalry. Thou shalt believe all that the church teaches, and thou shalt observe all its directions. Thou shalt defend the church. Thou shalt respect all weakness, and thou shalt constitute thyself as a defender of them. Thou shalt love the country in which thou was born. Thou shalt not recoil before thine enemy. Thou shalt make war against the infidel without concession and without mercy. Thou shalt perform scrupulous thy feudal duties, and they be not contrary to the laws of God. Thou shalt never lie. Thou shalt remain faithful to thy pledged word. Thou shalt be generous. Thou shalt be everywhere, and always be the champion of the right and good against injustice and evil. Did you see anything? Now, that all sounds great. That all sounds fantastic. Yeah. Those guys, I want to ask you this question. Do you think that those men at that time period were more or less likely to correct their woman with a smack?
Bowling?
More. Totally. Way more likely to correct them with a smack. So it's like,
Were children getting
if
hit
you
back in the day?
if
Yeah.
you really want chivalry, and you really want the man who defends a code like that, then a man who defends a code like that is going to defend it for a woman who is an extension of him, who becomes one flesh with him. That's the only way that you're ever going to get chivalry back, because as famously is stated, chivalry is dead and women killed it.
Yeah, but I don't think we use the term like that nowadays. You know what I mean? That's like not necessarily how we use that term anymore. It's like the idea
The idea of what?
of just that men should just be gentlemen. That's
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know,
it's the
light term.
romanticized idea of be nice.
Yeah.
And this is the Disney princess idea that if you're in a coma, the handsome prince will come and kiss you and you'll wake up. All the women's minds in modernity have been Disneyfied. All woman's or female virtues, so all of those that I just read, those were virtues expected of men, and actual virtues expected of men that they had to adhere to. Women also had a specific code of virtues they had to adhere to, and all of that has been abandoned for a single modern virtue for women called be nice. That is the modern, single overriding virtue of all things for modern women is be nice. It has overridden all feminine virtues, and that's why they don't get chivalry. Because men don't give a shit about be nice. It makes no sense. It's silly. Right? Like you saw in the code, for instance, it said to mercilessly hunt down the infidel and take them out on behalf of your nation. That's not very nice, right? It's not very nice. They weren't particularly nice when they were going into battlefields with claymores and cutting people in half. Not very nice. Just saying the virtues that they were striving towards, very different than virtues in modernity.